Ok, yo tenía que decir eso solo para que audio ese. Hey guys, I just wanted to make a special video for you. Hey, special. No se escuchaba nada. Part of what we are here and what we want. Yeah, está yendo bien. Y después. Okay. Yeah, ese. Hey guys, I just wanted to make a special video and update you on some things that are happening here. All good news, no worries. If you've ever watched any of our content, whether it's a podcast, whether it's these videos or video blogs, or even if you've ever had a conversation with us in private or person to person, a word that you hear us say a lot is community. That word is central for us in our ministry here. We biblically, it's central as well. In the beginning of Genesis, when God creates Adam, he says, let us make man in our own image. And so we believe that God is a community in and of himself. He's a perfect community. And since we're made in his image, then we too are made for community. Now, we obviously see the results of sin in our communities now, where something that was meant to be really reflect the image of God in all of our lives together now reflects brokenness and sinfulness. And so you see drunkenness and you see addiction and you see fighting and all these other things throughout our community as a whole. But even further, we see that in our church community as well. So we can't change the community until we change our community. So what we've been doing for the past couple of years is really focusing on building our church community and getting that strong and just maturing us and really learning and practicing and loving one another better. And so our next step that we're stepping into now, which is what we've wanted to do for a long time, is begin work in our natural community, our secular community, or however you want to call it. And we have an opportunity now to buy a piece of property behind our house. It's literally our backyard. There's a piece of property that we've been praying about it for such a long time. We've been dreaming about it, talking about it. Now the opportunity has come. It's been for sale, and it's been put up for sale for some months now. And we decided that it was time to take that step and build this property. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to take you out and I want to show you the property. And there's actually some other properties as well, and kind of give you the idea and paint the picture of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to acquire. So let's go. Update. Let's get out of here. All right, so obviously it was raining outside, so I decided to come in and just throw this little map together and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like from a bird's eye view, or from Google Maps, basically. So obviously the blue icon marks our house. That's right there in the center of the map. That's our house. Across the street is the clinic that I always talk about, where our church is in that clinic. Our office is in that clinic as well, which I'm in there right now. And so then our house is across the street, the blue icon. And then right behind our house, the green rectangle is the piece of property that we're hoping to acquire. It's like I said, it's directly in our backyard, And so the asking price for that is $10,500. That's what she's asking for. And we've had some gifts for $1,000 here. Back when about 4 or 5 years ago, we were in the States, a church gave us that money to be able to for a future purchase of a piece of property. So we've held on to that, and then we've saved up money over the years through Red Roots, but also Melinda and I have saved our personal money as well. And then this past week we got a donation from a friend for $3,500 to go towards that property as well. So by the time we add all that up, it takes us to $1,500 is all we need for the property now to be able to purchase that piece of property. That's what we're looking to raise right now. Several people have asked me just over time different ideas about what else do we want to do and where else we want to go. So those two pieces of property you see in orange, those are two pieces that are right next to the green one, obviously. They go all the way up to that little house down there at the bottom, which is one of our neighbors' houses. Those are $12,000 each. But if you feel led to give towards that as well, then that's definitely what we want to do. That's where we want to go eventually, and at some point get into buying that. Obviously, we want to focus on the $1,500 first and get that knocked out, and then the next purchase of property will be the $1,200 pieces of property there. So just to kind of give you just full transparency, let you know kind of where we're going and what we want to do. So the idea behind buying this property is to have a place basically that focuses on community restoration. some different things that we want to build, just to name a few, is a refuge home for abused women, space for training and workshops like financial literacy, first responders course, small business training, baking, photography, different art things and stuff like that, music. We also want to develop some small businesses to be able to provide a few jobs at least in the community, but equally be able to pour money back into the community center, a community garden, a study lounge, things like that. But before we start mapping out and planning any of that, the first step is obviously acquiring the needed property to build it on. So that's what we want to do with all this. So now all we have left to raise to acquire this piece of property is $1,500. And that's where you can help. That's where we need your help. Is our first piece of property to be able to buy is $1,500, and we have the money that we need for it. So if you feel led to give, you can go to redroots.org and you can make a donation. Every little bit helps. $1, $10, $100, it doesn't really matter. It all helps. And as a community, we can affect this community. So as us as a community, Red Roots, our friends, our family, everything, we can all pitch in, hopefully, prayerfully, and we can affect our community here in Trinidad, Bolivia.